Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of All Things Fancy Sci-Fi here on Mcubed. As always, I'm your host, Schmook, and I know there's been a little bit of a hiatus, and I apologize for that. You know, the holidays. You know how it is. But yeah, let's just continue up on that Foundation and Invasion reviews. We will be back on, we'll be talking about Foundation Episode 8 and Invasion Episode 5. Yeah. Alright, so let's just get right into it. So Foundation Episode 8. So we go back to where we left off with our main character, Gale. She's on that ship with Henry, I believe is his name. And yeah, of course, he's just this computer algorithm thing. Like, his mind is in the ship or whatever, right? And it was an okay episode. Very slow episode. I really enjoyed all the stuff with the Empire, though. I'm really liking his character, played by Brother Day, he is Brother Day, but he's played by Lee Pace. I don't know, he's just interesting. Like, he's on this religious retreat type journey thing, going to this cavern, and he goes through the desert. And he can't have any of his special features, so he's experiencing extreme heat, extreme thirst, all that stuff, right? And his skin's just peeling off. And he makes a friend along the way, and he dies, unfortunately. I don't know, it's just a very interesting concept how it's tying into like this whole religious like format thing, which I'm digging. But I don't know, again, like, he gets to this cave, he gets in there, and he's in this whole water pool, and he describes the features of it as how there's like salt like coming up through the water and circling around him. Like, it's definitely a religious experience. And he goes back to the town and describes it to like these elders, right? And these elders are like, yeah, this is like biblical, basically. Like, this is holy. So it's interesting, and it's like how there's a big tie-in with him and like the gods, right? Because he's the only one who's been able to do this. So that makes it interesting. I'm curious where they go from there. But then his robot, one of the only last like sentient robots in the universe, apparently, she goes to kill one of the like elders or whatever. I don't remember her whole concept. She was just the one like kind of iffy on the Empire being around. So she takes her out, and she makes it out to be like natural causes. That way the higher ups won't question what happened. But yeah, that's really it for the Empire storyline. With Gale, we see her on the ship, and she decides to say, screw this, I'm not helping my friend do this anymore. There's respect there, and I'm surprised they didn't go a little bit deeper into her being able to feel the future or whatnot. Like, she's a very important character to this universe, I can tell. Like, her and Brother Day are definitely like the ones that are like somehow connected to these gods, it seems. That's the way I see it as, you know. But we see her wanting to leave this ship, so she destroys the mainframe or whatever. Like, she's just gonna leave. I believe his name's Henry. I could be wrong. She leaves him behind basically by destroying this whole system, right? And then she gets into a pod, and then she's gonna go into a hypersleep again. And so I'm curious where it goes with her. I'm hoping it's not like another 20-year jump, unless somehow this is how it all it's able to connect together again. I don't know. I don't understand how that works, but you know, it is what it is. And then we go back to the Warden. She's on that warship with that one group that wants to just take out like the Empire, right? The Warden is trying to escape them. Like, she's able to get away, and then she's trying to like send this ship into like a hyperdrive or something, kind of like Star Wars, like Lightspeed. And it's cool. That's a really cool sequence. Like, again, there's like a good gunfight there, and then like all of a sudden, like, they're getting attacked by some people, and then eventually they're able to just actually like go into hyperspace or whatever, and it looks cool how it does it. Like, it's like Star Wars, but it's also in a different way. I really like the visuals in this specific episode. But yeah, I guess that's really it. I can tell it's definitely getting into insane waters here. Like, Foundation's getting good. It's just really slow. That's my main complaint about this show. It's like each episode is very, very slow, and they're hour long. So I lose slight interest while I'm watching, but then it gets really good, and I'm like, damn, all right, well, that's fine, I guess, but I don't know. But overall, really enjoyed it. But yeah, let's just go on to Invasion Episode 5. Alright, so Invasion Episode 5. Alright, guys, I like this episode a lot. Somehow, I just don't understand why I feel like people are just, like, review bombing the show, but I really like it. Like, I'm surprised how much I like this show. I think people are just like, oh, you put like you kill off Sam Neill in the first episode, and he's like your title character. I'm like, okay, I get it. That's a valid complaint. Also, like, the alien stuff, it's barely happening, but it's starting to slowly happen, and like, it's because we're in the early days of this invasion, which I like. It's like with The Walking Dead, Like with Rick, he's in a coma and he wakes up and it's a zombie apocalypse. And I really like with this, it's kind of like with Fear the Walking Dead, where you're actually seeing it all like fall apart and collapse. And it's like it's in that beginning stages of being like, what is happening right now? And once they all find out what's actually going on, shit is going to hit the fan. And I believe they're all somehow gonna intertwine somehow, some way. I don't know how. Like again, like they're all in completely different parts of the world. Like the 4 storylines, but yeah, we're in 4 different parts of the world where we follow the military man who's in Afghanistan. We have the Japanese woman who's in Japan. We have the British kids in Britain, and then we have the one family that's in the U.S. Right? And we're seeing how everything's being handled differently across all these places, and like nothing's absolutely bonkers is happening yet. But in each sense, like each one of them are having to experience somehow these aliens, right? Like with the American family, we have how earlier on they saw all these meteors crash, but that happened like everywhere. But then in this recent episode 5, we see the doctor lady, who's the mother of the family, like with the cheating husband. She's doing like surgery on some guy, and she's able to find this like thing attached to this person inside of them, and it saves his life by taking it out. But it definitely looks like some alien like parasite, which is nuts. It was killing him. Like it looked like it's like probably like an advanced tick of some sort that literally gets into you. It will probably starts draining you from the inside. That's what I would assume. And then with the military man in Afghanistan, and of course he had that whole sequence of like with his men, and then like there's that alien spaceship, they start shooting at it, and then it just blows them all back, right? And we found out in the last episode that his friend dies, and then now he's just all alone. He doesn't know where any of his men are, and he thinks he's alone. He's trying to call in for an extraction. Like he's trying to get an exfil. Like he needs a helicopter to come pick him up, but no one's replying to him. And so that's really it for his storyline. He wasn't in the episode too much, but he's on the phone with someone. I assume a girlfriend or wife, saying like, I am coming home. So he's gonna somehow get back to the States because he knows shit is going down. And then we go to the Japanese woman. She's not in the episode that much either. Pretty fast episode. I feel like it was mostly centered on the British kids as well as the wife, because I feel like the Japanese woman and the military man, they didn't really have that much screen time. They had a good amount, but not a whole ton for an hour, like for like a 15-minute episode. But anyway, with the Japanese woman, she's in JASA talking to one of the higher ups, and they start talking about like, what would you do if your wife was in this situation? Wouldn't you do anything to try to save her? And he's like, yeah. So he's being a little bit more better about it. When in the previous like 2 episodes or whatever, he's saying how like, if you come back into this facility, I'm gonna have you arrested. But then they actually sit down and have a conversation, and then they find out that like this is definitely some alien stuff. Like this is extraterrestrial, like from top to bottom. And then so that's kind of how her story ends there. And then with the British kids, we see that they're on the road, they're walking, and they find a truck, which is one of the trucks that got hit. I think it's the truck that got hit by a meteor and made them crash specifically, I think. I don't remember. No matter whether it was like first or second episode. Yeah, I don't remember that part as much. Anyway, they find that truck and it has candy and water, so like they're able to survive for a little bit longer. But then the group's going to be split, where some are going to stay with the truck and the rest are going to move on. We find out that the bully appears to have like some bad home issues. Like he's having like some trouble at home in some way, shape, or form that he just doesn't want to talk about. That's probably why he's a bully. But like Casper, he's the kid who's just wanting to make sure everything's okay. Like he's a good kid. But yeah, he's the one who's like coming to be like a leader of this group, and I respect that. I'm really curious what happens when like aliens fully come. I feel like that's the season finale. I feel like chaos has to be insane. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it though, guys. That's not too much in this episode. Just kind of building up to like something, just like foundation. Like it's a slow build up, but like at least this series keeps me a little bit more engaged. Like I love these characters. There's some action. But yeah, that's just gonna do it here, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about these shows. I really like them. And just let me know if you like Invasion or Foundation more. I say if you haven't watched any of these, do it, because I'm going into detail about them, and I wouldn't want to spoil you. So yeah, I'll do it, guys. So have a good one, all right? Bye-bye.